Hey guys, Simon here after a bloody and brutal pre-release event for Shadows over Innistrad. I know you guys are probably wondering where the lore videos are, and they're still coming, I promise, but I want to take this time today to discuss other things going on, like with the channel and even some fun stuff that happened to me at the pre-release. I also want to announce various winners for Patreon giveaways, and so yeah, we'll tackle all those things in this video. First, I want to tell you about my day of judgment at the SOI Prerelease, and how fate managed to pull a cruel trick on me. Now, I get my little satchel of goodies and I'm all excited to start my deck construction. I peek at my promo and it's Harness the Storm. Womp. I figured it's gonna be useless and just hope for better pulls from my packs. I was right, the Harness the Storm was useless, but my packs more than made up for it. I grabbed myself an Arlene Cord, Olivia Mobilized for War, and a Wolf of Devil's Breach. 3 mythics, certainly better than I had expected. So looking at those and some of the commons and uncommons, I decided to go red, black, green. Most of my creatures were low cost transforms like Heir of Falkenrath and Hinterland Logger. I thought they'd provide pressure until I got my bombs, which actually turned out to be rather scarce. Didn't matter, I had a game plan, beat my opponents down quick. The greatest combo my deck pulled off was Olivia Mobilized for War with a few copies of Blood Mad Vampire. Using Olivia, I made the Blood Mad Vampires 5/2 with haste and played them for their madness cost of 1 generic and a single red. It was actually really brutal, but it only rarely went that way. My greatest weakness, besides depth of bombs, was my inability to grab effective removal. Let me tell you how frustrating it is to play an opponent, smash them down to 5 life, only to be stopped by a spider that can block freaking 7 things at a time. In terms of removal, I didn't get much outside of Reduced to Ashes and Fiery Temper. Decent, but not enough. All my games ended up being close, but I ended the night with a 1-3 record. I can't complain though, the games were all exciting and really fun. I played against Jaces, Nahiris, Things in the Ice, and a man who managed to flip Ormondal Profane Prince, which proceeded to quickly end my life. Of course, I don't blame my bad record on just my pools. I had some misplays and my opponents had some real skill. Overall, I may have choked, but at least I spent the day playing an amazing set with some really cool people, and that's good enough for me. Funny thing about this pre-release, it was the first time I was ever called out on being the content creator for this channel. At my LGS, a store called Alternate Worlds in Cockeysville, Maryland, I don't advertise that I run a mildly successful YouTube channel. It's just not something I do. But this weekend, I made the mistake of bringing one of my friends, and during a match when he had a bye, he sat in as my opponent wrecked me. My friend boldly and proudly proclaimed to this nice man, "Hey, can you believe you just beat the world famous Simon Lore?" I'll tell you guys, I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Kinda just laughing it off, my self-conscious fears were extinguished when my opponent said, "I don't get the joke." Womp. He'd never heard of me. You'd think that would hurt my ego, but luckily that's something I lack. I was actually relieved. Of course, this prompted a discussion about my channel and he eventually checked it out. Moral of the story, don't take your loudmouth friends to pre-release. Enough about my pre-release shenanigans, let's move on to future channel stuff. So if you follow me on Patreon, you'll see that I crossed over a new milestone. This is gonna allow me to do more animation style videos with a friend of mine. Still look for my normal lore videos, but with these pledges, it offers us the opportunity to do some really cool extra things on the channel. Now with that goal met, I look towards the future as more and more people decide to support the channel. With greater funds, I hope to turn my quote-unquote office into a legit studio, providing an even greater sound to my angelic, sultry voice. But really, I'm currently recording in my laundry room. Not the best place for quality audio, so yeah, hoping to get that done soon. With greater aid from supporters like you, I also want to try going to more MTG events, making appearances, and maybe meeting with my viewers. These events, while I've only been to a few, were a lot of fun and can provide for some interesting content on my channel. I'm a really social guy, so if you ever see me out and about at events, don't be afraid to approach. I'm also planning a series of lore and story related deck tech videos. They're still a work in progress, but I have them mainly fleshed out. But other than that, I have a lot of great plans for the future of this channel, and it's all thanks to you guys who are supporting me on Patreon. Thank you all so much. Your support is needed more than ever, especially as we're about to cross over 30,000 subscribers sometime at the end of April. 30,000 is a huge accomplishment for any channel, especially for one as niche as mine. I couldn't be more proud of the channel or the community it has garnered. It means a lot to have so many people interested in the story of our favorite game. As is tradition for most people on YouTube, when a huge milestone is crossed, you gotta celebrate with the iconic 30K Q&A. As we approach the end of April, I want you guys to literally send me any question you want through YouTube comments, messages, on Twitter, or MTG Amino. Anywhere you guys can find me, send me your questions and I'll answer them. Of course, as per my own custom, at 30K subs I'll be giving away a booster box of SOI. Still gotta think of a contest for the giveaway, but just so you know, it's coming. And so yeah, for the time being, just get me your questions. Anyway, that's what's going on with the channel for the near future, and since we've been speaking a lot about Patreon, it's time to announce the winners of Patreon giveaways for the month of March. The Patreon winner for our Fat Pack of Oath of the Gatewatch is George Johnson, and the winner of an OGW booster box is Luke Abshir. Congratulations guys, and thanks for your continued support on Patreon. Now, those are the winners for the $10 and $20 patron rewards, but there's still a whole bunch of you who are supporting me, and I don't want to leave you feeling left out. So with my pools from the SOI Prerelease, I'll be giving away most of them to random patrons. I'll message you random patrons on Patreon with the cards you'll be receiving. But yeah, this is just a way that I can thank all of you with something that shows my gratitude. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my Patreon page, linked here or in the description below. Every month you'll enter into great giveaways ranging from random cards to fat packs and even booster boxes. With April, I'm of course now giving away coveted Shadows over Innistrad products, so quick, support the channel and grab yourself a chance to win. And that basically covers everything I wanted to talk about. If you're not into these types of update videos, don't worry, normal stuff will be coming starting tomorrow. I just wanted to take this time to thank every one of you who have given your support, either in the form of a pledge or as simple as a like or subbing to the channel. It all goes to building this great community we have. Again, thank you all so much, and as always, I'll see you next time.